Cristiano Ronaldo, a name that already guarantees headlines. But this time the story was unlike anything fans expected. Right from the start, let me tell you, if you don't watch this video till the very end, you'll miss the shocking twist that made the whole world debate. So stay with me, because this isn't just about a footballer boarding a private jet. It's about a single moment that turned into global outrage. It began like any other luxurious Ronaldo appearance. Cameras flashing, fans screaming, and the superstar walking confidently toward his sleek, multi-million-dollar private jet. At first glance, nothing unusual. But here's the catch. One tiny gesture inside that plane completely flipped the narrative. What was supposed to be just another rich lifestyle glimpse became the center of controversy. People who once praised his discipline and perfection suddenly accused him of arrogance, insensitivity, and even hypocrisy. The moment in question wasn't hidden. It spread like wildfire through social media. Within hours, hashtags were trending, reactions were pouring in, and debates were exploding everywhere. The world saw not just Ronaldo the football icon, but Ronaldo the man, whose one act inside a jet was enough to spark moral outrage. Some fans defended him, saying critics were overreacting, while others claimed this was the real face of fame. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. This wasn't just about luxury or money. It was about timing, about context, and about how the smallest actions of celebrities can echo louder than their greatest achievements. By the end, you'll see why this private jet scene will always remain one of the most unforgettable controversies of Ronaldo's career. The private jet moment didn't just shock fans. It shook the media to its core. Imagine this. One short clip, just a few seconds long, managed to dominate headlines across continents. Every sports channel, every entertainment portal, and even political commentators had something to say. Intact Dekna, because the real twist of why this exploded will leave you stunned. So what exactly happened inside that luxurious jet? As Ronaldo settled in, a gesture caught on camera seemed harmless to some, but to others, it represented everything wrong with modern celebrity culture. The way he positioned himself, the expression on his face, and most importantly, the context in which it happened, combined like fuel to a fire. People claimed it showed disregard for issues happening around the world, especially when ordinary people were struggling financially and socially. That jet wasn't just a mode of transport anymore. It became a symbol of the widening gap between stars and fans. Social media went into overdrive. Memes flooded timelines, but beneath the humor was genuine anger. Comment sections were filled with phrases like "out of touch" and "has fame gone too far?" Yet, on the other side, a wave of loyal supporters came forward. They argued that Ronaldo had earned his lifestyle through sheer dedication and sacrifices. To them, this outrage was nothing more than jealousy wrapped in morality. And here's the most fascinating part. The controversy wasn't only about what Ronaldo did, but about what people thought it represented. It became less about football and more about values, privilege, and the image of global icons. What started inside a private jet ended up sparking one of the fiercest online cultural debates of the year. As the outrage continued, the private jet moment transformed into something much bigger than Ronaldo himself. This was no longer just about a footballer. It was about how society views privilege, responsibility, and fame. And believe me, if you stick with me till the end, you'll realize why this single act is still being talked about long after the headlines faded. Let's rewind a little. Ronaldo has always been known as a perfectionist, someone who built his empire on discipline, training, and resilience. So when this clip surfaced, people expected it to align with that polished image. Instead, what they saw was a gesture that looked careless, maybe even arrogant. That's where the storm began. For many, it was a reminder that even the most disciplined icons can slip, and when they do, the world notices every detail. Critics pointed out the irony. Here was a man who once spoke passionately about humble beginnings and hard work, now making a move that seemed disconnected from reality. They asked, how could someone who inspired millions through perseverance appear so out of touch in a matter of seconds? It wasn't just fans feeling betrayed. Analysts, journalists, and even other celebrities weighed in, amplifying the firestorm. Yet, let's not forget the other side of the story. Defenders insisted that the clip was taken out of context, that the outrage was exaggerated, and that people were projecting their frustrations onto Ronaldo. To them, This wasn't about arrogance, but about how the internet magnifies the smallest slip. And that's the heart of this controversy. Not just what happened, but what people believed it meant. The private jet wasn't only a plane anymore. It became a battleground for debates about image, privilege, and accountability. By this point, the private jet controversy had reached a boiling point. News outlets weren't just reporting the clip, they were dissecting it frame by frame, trying to uncover the deeper meaning behind Ronaldo's gesture. And here's the hook. If you think the storm was already big, wait till you hear how sponsors, brands, and even rival clubs reacted. That's where the real twist comes in. Ronaldo isn't just an athlete. He's a global brand worth hundreds of millions. Every action he takes is tied to business deals, endorsements, and global campaigns. So when outrage spread, sponsors became nervous. Behind closed doors, meetings were held, discussions began about damage control, and PR teams rushed to spin the narrative. For a moment, the fear was that a few seconds inside a jet could potentially cost millions in sponsorship deals. At the same time, rival fans seized the moment. Memes mocking Ronaldo flooded in from supporters of other clubs, amplifying the issue even further. What could have been a minor controversy turned into an opportunity for critics to attack not just Ronaldo, but his entire legacy. Was this the downfall of his carefully crafted image? Or was it just another test of his resilience? Interestingly, some experts noted that the outrage said more about society than about Ronaldo himself. In a world where billions are struggling, the sight of unimaginable luxury feels like a slap in the face. The private jet became a symbol, not of Ronaldo's success, but of the gap between the elite and the ordinary. Still, Ronaldo's fanbase stood firm. They defended him fiercely, claiming this entire drama was overblown. But the fact remained, this private jet scene had spiraled into one of the most unexpected PR challenges of his career. In the end, the private jet moment left behind more than just headlines. It left a lesson about fame, perception, and the fragile line between admiration and criticism. So watch carefully, because this conclusion ties everything together, and you'll see why the story stayed alive long after the clip disappeared from trending pages. Ronaldo eventually addressed the outrage, but not in the way people expected. Rather than offering long explanations, he focused on moving forward, letting his game and achievements speak louder than the noise. And that's where the twist lies. While critics wanted apologies and sponsors wanted assurance, Ronaldo relied on the one thing he has always trusted: his performance on the field. Every goal he scored, every record he broke after the incident, reminded the world that controversy may shake his image, but it can't erase his legacy. Still, the debate never truly vanished. Some people saw the episode as proof that idols are human, capable of mistakes that reveal cracks in their polished personas. Others saw it as a manufactured storm, a reminder of how social media thrives on outrage. But whether you agreed with the critics or the defenders, one fact was undeniable. A small gesture inside a private jet managed to spark global conversations about privilege, fame, and responsibility. And that's what makes this story legendary. It wasn't about football tactics, trophies, or rivalries. It was about a single moment that exposed how much weight celebrities carry on their shoulders. Ronaldo's private jet controversy became a mirror for society, reflecting both admiration and frustration. So the next time you see a headline about a superstar's lifestyle, remember this. Sometimes, the smallest act can ignite the biggest firestorm, and only by watching till the very end do you truly understand the whole story.